Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to City Stadium for tonight's USL match presented by U-Crops Homestyle Foods, featuring the visiting Charlotte Independence and your Richmond Kickers. The head referee for tonight's match is Mr. Mark Warner, the assistant Mr. Carl Hummer, and your fourth official tonight is Jamie McCritchie.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to USL Soccer from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. At this time, we're going to have the playing of our national anthem. And once again, a very pleasant good evening from Richmond, Virginia City Stadium as the Richmond Kickers, looking for their second straight win of the 2015 season, will be entertaining the Charlotte Independents. Mike Neville, Mark Bushman along with you. Pleased that you have joined us for USL Soccer. And Mark, the Charlotte Independents is a stranger, but no stranger to USL Soccer.
That's exactly right, Mike. They're technically considered an expansion team, but Charlotte has had a team in USL for as long as I can remember. Great rivalry with the Richmond Kickers. They are now the Charlotte Independents. And they have a couple of the same players, and I'll let you talk about them right now.
Yeah, they do have a couple of those same players. Jorge Herrera is one that you're probably familiar with. Their starting lineup, the goalkeeper is John Berner, and starting on defense is number 4, that's Patrick Slogic. Also starting on defense is number 6, Andrew Ribeiro. Number 9 is Finley. He is going to be starting at a forward spot. That's Ryan Finley, number 9. Also starting on defense is number 14, that's Raphael Cox. Also number 27, Marlon Hairston as a defender, wearing number 27. I mentioned Jorge Herrera. He'll be starting in the midfield, number 10. Also starting in the midfield is number 11, Jack Thompson. Number 23, Alex Martinez, also starting in the midfield, number 23. Number 36 gets a start in the midfield position as well. That is Paulo Del Piccolo. And also a forward this evening for the Charlotte Independents is number 2. That's Charles El Undo. And for the Richmond Kickers, Mark, some familiar names, but also missing a couple of injured players.
Yeah, Lee Killashaw is going to go with his 4-5-1 system, but that's going to change about 20 different times during the game. In goal is number 1, Ryan Taylor, who's filling in for Travis Wara, who was the hero of last week, coming up with a big penalty kick save. He's back on loan with DC United. In defenders, it's going to be number 20, Jalen Robinson, number 2, William Yambi, number 3 in the captain, Sasha Gores, number 34, Luke Mishu. And in the midfield, number 4, Fred Owusu-Sakiri. Number 5 is the captain, Mike Callahan. Number 14, Udai Imura. Number 22, Brian Ownby, who had a wonderful game last week. Number 11, George Davis IV. And up top is number 7, Matt Delicate. Now, if it sounds like somebody's missing, it is. It's Jason Yeisley, last week's Player of the Week for USL with 2 spectacular highlight reel goals.
Yep.
He's nursing a little bit of an injury, so he's a scratch tonight. So between he and Wara, again, it just shows the kind of depth that Lee Callishaw has. Also, don't forget, Samuel Asante is out. He has a slight hamstring injury. I was able to talk to him for a couple minutes before the game tonight. He says he started doing 16, 70-yard sprints yesterday. Probably going to be another week or so. They've got 2 games in the coming week with New York and Montreal. Maybe against Montreal, maybe send him out a little bit longer. But there are 3 starters that are missing from this Kickers team. But again, you look at the depth, Mike, and who they're bringing in, who they can bring in off the bench is pretty good for Lee Callishaw.
Not bad at all. And we are underway with Charlotte with the opening kickoff to get things started here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Charlotte looking for that elusive first win. They're 0-1-1 on the season. They dropped a 3-2 decision to Charleston, and last time out they settled for a 1-1 draw against Wilmington. Richmond picked up their first win of the season, and a very good effort by the Kickers last week in that 3-0 victory as they beat Wilmington last week, Mark. One of the 90 minutes of pretty good soccer that was displayed by Richmond, something we're used to from the Kickers, but really didn't see it in the first 2 games.
Yeah, Wilmington just kind of looked out of their element, and I think that was a big part of Richmond being able to do that. They had a couple of opportunities. Like I said, War came up with a big penalty kick save, but almost from start to finish, Richmond pretty much had that. And that third goal, if you get a chance to look at it, Samuel Asante was out. They had already used their sub, so they were only down to 10 men. But on that third goal, they got 32 passes in a row before they were able to finish that thing off. So it was just great play from Richmond. It's what you want to see, and let's see if they can keep that up this week against a good Charlotte Independence team.
And the thing about the one thing that last season Richmond had a problem with was finishing off games, Mark, and they had a 2-0 lead. That big penalty kick save allowed that 2-0 lead. And then, like you say, 32 passes that led to the third goal by Garner, which sealed the deal last week. So we'll see if the Kickers can build on that momentum from that victory last week. As we're underway here at City Stadium, here's Jalen Robinson, and he'll tap it over to Sasha Garez. Garez, so dangerous with those crosses, and he'll play it back to Robinson, who's played very solid for Richmond here in the first couple of weeks. And now they play it back to Taylor in goal.
Yeah, I think one of the things that happened last week is getting that goal from Yeisley. It was only in the 4th minute. It really put Wilmington back on their heels so early, and they were never able to find a rhythm. So obviously, if you're the home team especially, you want to try and get an early goal to get the crowd into it and kind of put your opponent on their heels.
Here's Ownby tapping it back to Callahan now as Richmond's in possession. And now George Davis IV being hounded that time by number 11 Thompson, but he's able to. Now there's a turnover, and here comes Charlotte on the offense. just outside the box. There's a shot, and Taylor's able to smother that. That shot that time was from Charlotte, and again, like I said, it was smothered.
There was a turnover in the midfield there. Davis's pass got intercepted and went right to Finley.
Yeah.
He had Jorge Herrera on his back, but you got if you're a forward, you're going to try and take that opportunity. Not bad at all.
So here's Finley tapping it over now and making a run on the far side. That is number 11, Thompson. He's looking for some help now. Plays it back. As Charlotte now with possession at midfield. That's number 4. That is Slogic. Now off to number 27, and that is Hairston. And here's Slogic with some time. And he is able to push it over to Ribeiro. And now over to Hairston. Hairston at midfield. As ball's possessed now by number 36, Del Piccolo. And a ball rolls out of the sideline. Throw in now for Mishu. And Charlotte is able to regain possession once again. And Slogic will play it back to the goalkeeper, Berner. Right back to Slogic. Just underway here at City Stadium. No score. There's a turnover, and Richmond now on the counterattack.
There's Imura speed.
And Imura with a cross. Oh, just fanning on it.
That was Ownby. He was looking at it.
And good hustle that time from Charlotte's number 2.
And that all started with Ownby winning a tackle there in the opposing third, and Imura was able to jump right on it, just half a step away.
Elundu was the one that came back and made a nice play for Charlotte. And now taking a look and bluffing the cross. And now playing it back. Here's Mishu, and he'll roll it back now. Yambi plays it over to Jalen Robinson. Robinson now to Garez on the near side. Back to Robinson. And some real estate there for number 4. That was Owusu. Or excuse me, Sakiri. Owusu Sakiri. There we go. I got it straight. Get all of his names in there. And here is Garez now. And he turned it over momentarily, but Hairston's pass back went out of play, so it'll be a throw-in for Sasha. Garez surveying the field. Still looking. And not ready for that pass that time, but ending up with it was number 14, Imura. And now Taylor in goal. Being challenged. That was a good hustle that time from Finley. And now here's Jambi. He takes a look. Cranks a long ball. And that will sail all the way to Berner in goal. Just a little bit too much on that one. So here is Berner for Charlotte. As Charlotte controls at midfield now. Here's Hairston. Hairston nudging it forward. And again, unable to hook up with Elundu. And now it's Richmond on the counter. Here's Deli. Matthew Delicott with some space. Drops it off nicely to Imura.
Got Mishu on the overlap.
Yep. There's Mishu. And Mishu's cross. And Hairston got a head on it. And now can he keep it in play? He will. Nice composure that time by Marlon Hairston. And now here's Elundo. Elundo with some speed as he was able to blow past Callahan. And now possession. Still with it. And still maneuvering inside the box, and a shot. Taylor gets a save on it. Tremendous job that time by Martinez for Charlotte to maneuver all the way inside the box.
Boy, he beat 4 guys on that, Mike. Good composure there. Good kick save from Taylor there.
So Charlotte now with possession. And now here is Jorge Herrera laying it off. And the cross. And Taylor will gobble that up with no problem. But Ryan Taylor comes up early here with the big save.
Yeah, I thought that was in, honestly. I thought it had him beat.
Terrific play that time by Alex Martinez. As you mentioned, Mark, he went through about 4 defenders or 4 Richmond players. They didn't do much defending. And Taylor saves him with a nice kick save.
And that play started so far deep in Charlotte's half. Elundu was able to do a great job of getting that into the middle third of the field and then getting it over to Martinez, who was able to go from there. It was a really good quick counterattack from Charlotte.
Here's Slogic. playing it ahead, but miscommunicated and missed his teammate. Taylor comes out of goal and is able to dribble it and now touch it ahead to Yambi. We're scoreless here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. USL Soccer as the Kickers look for their second straight win of the 2015 season. Here's the ball played to Garez, and Sasha hooks one, and onside is Deli. He's in a battle with Herrera. And now the ball is played forward. Finley taps it back, looking for a return pass. It's a foot race now between Finley and Yambi's going to just nudge that back to Taylor, and he'll knock it forward.
And again, Charlotte with a good quick counterattack.
Yeah. You throw in for Mishu. As Richmond in possession here with the throw in. And again, another throw in for the Kickers. And Yambi plays it forward. And again, a battle. Here's Finley sliding a pass through. Ball cleared out, and here's Elundo. And he's surrounded, and there's a foul on Elundo.
Foul called on Charlotte. Free kick for Richmond.
So free kick for the Kickers. Mike Neville, Mark Bushman along with you, and our terrific camera staff and production crew with Torbor Sports Group. And Taylor will handle the free kick. And a ball in the box, and Burner, and falling over top of Burner is Ownby.
We're just saying hello to each other.
That's right. So Burner will kick it away for Charlotte.
That's going to be a good battle to see on this 50-50 balls. Finley against Yambi. That's going to be a battle all night.
Foul called, so Yambi will, Sakiri will handle the free kick off to Callahan. And nice job of letting that ball go. Here's Garez. Good quick one touch into the box. And that was a miss hit that time, but Burner was able to pick it up.
Oh, not a good distribution there. Richmond with a quick one.
Here's a Ownby making a run. He's able to get around Martinez momentarily, but Martinez stays with him. Now he chips it off to George Davis IV, and he'll roll it back to Garez. Now off to Jalen Robinson as Richmond will regroup. And his pass is going to sail over the sideline.
Just a bit strong there, but Burner's got to do a little bit better of his distribution.
Yeah.
He threw that right into Callahan.
Hey fans, if you visited the new USLsoccer.com, that's where you can get the latest news and live stats. Plus, you can check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. So possession now by Charlotte. We're scoreless here at City Stadium in Richmond on a beautiful night for soccer. Finally have gotten some warm weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Actually had a nice night last time we were here.
Yes, we did.
We had a nice thunderstorm that kind of cleared things out.
Cooled it off a little bit.
Yep. Was worried about another thunderstorm coming through last week, but it never happened, which was we're very thankful for.
Well, considering we're out here in the elements, yeah, absolutely.
Here's Martinez, and he was trying to hook up with Finley, and then Mishu just nudges it back to Ryan Taylor in goal. So Taylor, who has not played the last two games, in goal, as we mentioned, Wara is up with DC United, right?
Yes, he is. Bill Hamid is out
for
DC, so they had to call Mr. Wara in.
There's Garez. Garez watched by Elundo, and now Ownby taps it over to Callahan. Here's Sakiri. So, Mark, have you noticed anything with Asante being out? Is Richmond losing anything in the midfield?
No, I haven't seen anything because Imor is the one that's filled in for him. Or plays a little bit more wide than Asante does. But, no, I mean, you got 5 guys in the midfield. You got Owenby and the others. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see a whole lot. It's kind of one of those things where they're all interchangeable.
Right, exactly. A lot of times they look alike, don't they, because they play a pretty similar game. Oh, Taylor. Oh, I think that's Finley that was looking for. Thought he was clipped.
There was some miscommunication, obviously, between Taylor and Robinson. Now Finley's saying he got tripped up, and Taylor kind of wagged his finger at him.
I'm not sure if he did or not, Mark, to be honest with you. I don't know if there was any contact between the two or not.
I'm not sure either because Taylor immediately got up and shook his finger at him. But still, that's something that Richmond really shouldn't be doing. There's got to be better communication out there between Robinson and Taylor because Finley easily could have been in on that.
And Finley again making a run at Taylor, but Taylor's able to knock it near midfield, and now it's controlled by Alundo. Off to Hairston for Charlotte. We're scoreless. And possession now for the Independents. And Martinez had a little miscommunication, but it's Slogic now playing it over. Long ball played, and Taylor's going to play that on the fly. He will handle it with no problem. And then gently roll it off to Mishu. Here's a pass now to Callahan, off to Garaz. And Garaz able to maneuver around Hairston. Slid a pass over, and unfortunately George Davis IV couldn't get to it. Good pressure that time by Davis IV. And that pressure from George Davis IV forced a throw in as an unforced error there.
Yeah, he just blasted the ball out to Hairston.
Yeah. And another throw in for Callahan. And he'll roll it over to Garaz. Sasha will throw it in. Looking for Imora. He got behind Martinez. And now we're going to get our first corner kick of the evening, and it will be Richmond taking it. Imora is one of those,
he seems to be everywhere.
He does.
Every time the ball is in the third of the field, the offensive third of the field, Imora seems to be near it.
Here's Securi taking the corner kick for Richmond. And Securi, that's a good hit.
Yep.
And that ball is headed blocked by Slogic. There's the follow-up shot. I think it was George Davis IV.
Yeah, Yambi was able to get ahead on it, but not enough on frame, and Davis just missed wide.
And that rebound just popped right to George Davis IV, and he pounded it wide.
Really good ball in from Sakari. The first couple of games, Richmond wasn't great on corner kicks. They had problems beating that first defender, but that's the kind of thing that Lee Kalishaw wants to see, is balls like that from Sakari all night.
So here's Berner to take the goal kick for the Charlotte Independents. We were trying to figure out before we started this evening's game, are they an expansion team? They've been around. They have new ownership, so technically they are a new franchise.
And we asked 3 different people and got really 3 different answers.
Right.
So we're just going to come up with what we know.
That's right, which isn't a lot. Here's Charlotte in possession. Here's Martinez. He weaved his way through a little while ago. And his pass and loose ball. Now it's nudged ahead to Finley.
Finley's in.
Here's a shot, and he missed on the near post.
Richmond was looking for the offside on that, but now it was a good ball out to Finley, and probably should have done better with that. Got to at least get that on frame.
I thought he should have done better with that. I really do. So Richmond now in possession. Here's Mishu. And it'll be a throw in for the kickers.
That's a cute little play there from Owenby. It looked like it was going out. He was able to just get his foot on it and deflect it off the Charlotte player to keep possession there. It's one of those little things. It doesn't show up in the stats, but just really smart heads-up play.
Here's Richmond in possession.
And the foul against Owenby. Good opportunity here, just outside the opposing third. Let's see if they're bringing up Yambi. Looks like they're going to make a set piece out of this.
And he looks like Imora is going to take this now. And Imora sends it into the box. Ball's headed down and cleared out. Here's Garaz and Sasha. He's going to take a shot. Ooh! That one, Burner had to be alert.
That was a deceptive shot.
It really was.
That looked like it was going about 10 feet wide. It took a hit off the grass and looked like it went back in, and good heads-up play from Burner.
Hey, fans, don't forget to become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Again, that's becoming a fan of USL on Facebook. As Charlotte's able to clear the corner kick away, here's Securi. Again, sends it in, and Burner called everybody off and is able to come up with it. And did he twist an ankle?
Oh, he hit something. He came down really awkward.
And John Burner, the Charlotte goalkeeper, there was about 3 players around him when he made it, but like you said, Mark, he kind of landed awkwardly, and looks like he's going to be okay.
Got to rub it off.
Yeah.
Sorry, walk it off. There's your joke of the day.
So Charlotte will lose possession here momentarily. Here's Mishu playing it over to Garez. We're scoreless from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. Here's Securi. He made a nifty move to get himself free as he was able to avoid Herrera. There's a pass over to Mishu. And Mishu. No call as Jack Thompson and Mishu were together. Mishu fell, but I think the Red Army and the rest of the Richmond fans thought there should have been a call, but the referee said play on.
We got to remember, anytime a red jersey goes down, the home team thinks it's a foul.
By the way, speaking of our officiating crew, the center referee tonight is Mark Gorak. Jeffrey Skinker is one of the assistant referees, along with Carl Kummer. And our fourth official is Jamie McRitchie. And Robinson pounds that one forward.
Another dangerous pass there. And offside.
Yep. So Charlotte will get the free kick.
Now, I guess the thing that stood out for me in these first 20 minutes, Mike, is that Richmond's had sustained possession, not really any good opportunities yet. Charlotte has not had much possession at all, really, but they've had 2 really, really good counterattacks that almost resulted in goals there. So it's an interesting game to see if it's going to keep up like this.
Right. Yeah, the 2 really good scoring opportunities have come from Charlotte. One was when Martinez was able to work his way past 4 or 5 defenders and get in, and a nice kick save by Taylor. And then the other was the shot from Finley when he was in and missed the frame altogether. And now George Davis IV is going to get a lecture.
Going to get a verbal there.
Yeah.
Wasn't so much the foul. I think he was
a little delay,
saying something as well as he was with the delay. Yeah.
There's a good look from behind. There's Herrera.
He's got Hairston out here wide.
And now Hairston is moving just outside the box. Herrera ready to hit this one. And now he's going to might be able to hear Ryan Taylor yell, get out. There's a ball, and Taylor is going to smother that and keep it in play. Nice job by Ryan Taylor. That thing looked like it was heading for a corner kick. Again, Mark, one of those little plays that you'll never see in a scorebook or anything, but it was a key play to keep possession for Richmond. Here's Garez trying the long ball. And Slogic got a head on that. And Deli couldn't control. And now the ball is played over to Hairston. Here's Hairston in midfield. Herrera lays it off. Here's Martinez.
It's a good tackle from Ownby. Turnover in the midfield.
George Davis IV playing it. Here's Ownby. Ownby maneuvering now off to Deli. Deli takes a peek. He's got Imora and finds him. Imora. Here's Mishu hitting one, and that hit Slogic. And it'll be a throw in for Richmond. Good stuff there.
Yeah, it was a great ball. Great play by Ownby to win it in the midfield.
Here's Ownby now in the corner. Lost possession. Had a couple of Charlotte players. He had Raphael Cox around him along with number 11, Jack Thompson, and they were able to look at the Red Army as they're in full throttle. And don't forget, you can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. You can also join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's when you follow the USL on Twitter. Here's Elundo. And now the ball is played back to Taylor. And That ball is now settled down by Rivero. Here's Hairston. Hairston sending one into the box, headed away that time.
It's a good play because Finley was walking in. It looked like he had a beat on that.
And back comes the counterattack. Here's Ownby. Brian Ownby. Ownby trying to get around Rivero, and he's shouldered down. No call. Here's Slogic.
That was a good shoulder tackle there.
Yeah. And now here's an opportunity for Elundo.
Good poke tackle there.
And the foul is whistled against Charlotte.
I was going to say poke check, but that's the wrong sport, Mike.
Elundo was whistled for the foul.
And again, Charlotte looking dangerous on the counterattack there.
There's Callahan playing it off to George Davis IV. No score here at City Stadium in Richmond. George Davis IV foul battling with
nice little give and go there.
Yeah. Here's George Davis IV just outside the box. Now off to Imura. Imura, nice job of finding Callahan. Here's George the box, but he couldn't get a shot away. And a steal by Imura. He gets a shot away on the short side on the near post. And Werner had to be sharp there.
That's the second or third time that Charlotte's turned the ball over just around their 18. Imura didn't have a really good angle there, but was still able to force a tough save from Werner.
So here's Securi to take the corner kick again. I believe this is the third one so far tonight for Richmond. Charlotte has yet to have one. And Securi sends it. Oh! Yambi flying in at the last minute. He just headed it over the bar.
And if he didn't get it, Ownby was sitting right there, and I think he was going to, because Ownby kind of jumped up. He thought that was coming for him. There were two Richmond players that had a beat on that. Another good corner from Securi. That's the second or third one he's had tonight.
As you look at John Werner, the Charlotte goalkeeper. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of USL Soccer from Richmond, Virginia. Another great job, our camera crew. We got Tim, we got Dave, we got Joey back with us this week after Sean filled in last week. And of course, we're under the direction of Mike, who does a great job every week for us. George Davis IV battling, gets around Martinez, and he sends a pass. And Ryan Ownby still going, and he's taken down by Thompson. So an opportunity here for Richmond.
Ownby is so dangerous when he's running at people.
He really is. And you like it when he does that. You think that's his best play, don't you?
I think he's as good as anybody else in the league when he does that, because it's like he's got the ball on a string. Not afraid at all. That's what you want.
I believe a yellow card was shown to Securi, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not.
We'll get the announcement in a moment.
Yeah. So here's Callahan. And now there's a shot. And Werner again had to be sharp. As Sasha Guerra has ripped another one. He's had a couple of good opportunities here. That one off the free kick.
That's a great angle from him. About 25, 30 yards out. He's got a great left foot. Guerra scores about two of those every year, if you notice.
Here's Callahan. And Elundo thought he should have had the throw in, but it's going to be a Richmond throw in. Mishu right in front of
last 5 minutes have been really, really good for Richmond. Applying a lot of pressure right now. As soon as I say that, Amora turns it over there. But.
So throw in now for Thompson for Charlotte. Here's Secura. And now Callahan tracks it down, plays it over to Sasha Garaz. Garaz back to Callahan. Again, the kicker's playing without Jason Yeisley, who scored two beautiful goals and was the USL's Player of the Week last week. He's out nursing a nagging injury. And also out is Sante with that hamstring. And, of course, the goalkeeper, Wara, has been called up to DC United. So 3 starters down, but they're playing well right here with a scoreless tie so far. But they've created some opportunities. Here's Mishu. That ball sailed over Deli's head. And Hairston tried to play it back to Werner.
And a corner.
Yep, another corner kick.
Another miscommunication there from Charlotte.
I think Hairston was trying to play it back to him, and I don't think Werner was ready for it.
And Werner's got to come out and inhale that.
Yes, exactly. There's Securi to take this corner kick. He's been very good tonight on these corners for the most part. Getting good loft, and again he gets a good loft. That ball's headed away by Slogic, and Callahan whiffed on his follow-up attempt.
And here comes Charlotte on the counterattack once again.
Pass over. This is Finley.
Got to try to get the ball to Herrera. Waited a little bit too long there.
Yep, and that ball will go out of play for a throw-in for Richmond.
You know, we haven't called Herrera's name a whole lot in the first part of this game, first half of the half. Richmond's doing a good job of marking him, but Charlotte needs to work a little bit harder to find him. I mean, Herrera's one of the top players in the league.
Right.
He's been a thorn in Richmond's side for as long as I can remember, so they need to get him the ball, need to get him in a good position with the ball, not 70 yards from it.
And a long, strong throw-in by Mishu, but it's controlled by Slogic. And Mishu gets ahead on it. Now the ball played forward that time from Raphael Cox, number 14.
Good tackle from Yambi there.
Be a throw-in for Charlotte. It'll be Thompson taking this throw-in. He goes back to Cox. Cox off to Martinez. And Martinez now, a little overlap here for Hairston. Hairston takes a look now. He's going to pound it into the middle. And right to Mishu, and he calmly heads it forward to Imura. Imura plays it back. Good composure that time by Mishu. And now possession for Charlotte near midfield. No score here at City Stadium, and ball's played out. We have a Charlotte player down. And it's Cox, Raphael Cox, number 14. So throw in for Richmond, and Mishu will just toss it back to the Charlotte defense. Here's Slogic. And he rolls a pass forward that time to number 36, Del Piccolo. And throw in for Charlotte.
Still scoreless here in the 30th minute.
Hey fans, don't forget Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow them at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. So here's Hairston, was able to maneuver away from George Davis IV. Lays it off now to Martinez. That pass attempt blocked away by Securi. And now Imura got the turnover. Here's Securi. Good patience there. Didn't force anything. He had George Davis IV wide. And now he goes to Ownby.
There you go.
Ownby.
He's got Deli out wide. Missed him.
Yep, just a shade behind him. There's Deli going into the corner. And his crossing attempt was knocked away by Slogic.
Yeah, that was a good play from Deli there. He knew he was kind of pinned in, was able to get the throw-in out of it. But yeah, if Ownby hits Deli coming in there, he walks it into the box.
Ball's thrown in. And now the turnover is the counterattack for Charlotte. Here's Finley playing it back. And now Jalen Robinson will track it down, and he'll play it all the way back to Taylor in goal. Taylor settles. No score from Richmond, Virginia. City Stadium, home of the Richmond Kickers. And the Kickers are on the road, as Mark mentioned earlier, this upcoming week. 2 big games. They'll travel to New York on Wednesday night, and then I believe a Saturday night encounter in Montreal.
The two of the new MLS squads,
yep.
MLS 2 squads.
And Montreal will probably be in a frenzy with the way the Canadiens have played in their series with the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
Here's Securi. He's got Gorez and finds him. And Sasha quickly hits one over the head of Slogic, and Werner will track it down outside the box and now carry it into the box. One thing I've noticed in these last couple of weeks, Mark, is the decisiveness of the Richmond players not really playing with the ball, hitting the ball one time and setting up some opportunities. We just saw that from Garez. He missed as a target, but still not playing with the ball and allowing the defense to get settled.
Right. So
throw in for Charlotte. The Independents. As you mentioned, Mark, this has always been, we talked last week about rivalries, Charleston and Richmond, and now Charlotte and Richmond has been a tremendous rivalry. Wilmington. There's been little rivalries, Rochester and Richmond, that has, made this league what it is.
Totally. Yep, I've been covering this league for more than 15 years, so anytime it's any of those two teams that are playing, it's going to be a battle.
Good stuff there by Hairston as he was able to head it over. He gets a return pass. Hairston now off to, there's a chip into the box by Herrera. Oh, and Taylor comes up again with a big save.
Not sure what happened there. Everybody just kind of stopped on the ball, and Thompson was able to get in there. I believe that was him.
Here's Hairston. We're not done yet. Oh, good tackle that time by Callahan, and Imura will play it out near midfield, Delhi. And he tried to nudge it over to Ownby.
That was a great ball from Herrera, and the whole Richmond defense just kind of froze.
Yeah.
Could easily have been in the back of the net. Another instinct save from Taylor. That's the second he's made tonight.
And Hairston battling George Davis IV. And now the ball is pushed back to the goalkeeper by Ribeiro to Burner.
Davis looking for the foul on that. He got nudged a little bit, but
I think he took too long to fall.
Yeah.
Here's Hairston. Off to Martinez. And the return pass, and we got a whistle and a foul against, I'm not sure if they got Shakiri. I think
it was Shakiri.
Yeah. And Martinez is the one that got clipped. You can see he's still down on the ground. No score winding down this first half. And Martinez still slow to get up. Here's a look at that cross again, Mark. You see Hairston dropping it off. Beautiful cross into the box, and watch this save. Oh.
Yeah, Yambi just stood there. I'm not sure if he thought Taylor was coming out to get it or what, but Richmond again, get lucky on that one.
One more look at it again. Beautiful chip across right there, and like you said, sneaking in behind Yambi, and Yambi, like you say, Mark, apt description, he just froze.
Yeah.
Good stuff by our director, Mike, again, to get you that replay of a dangerous opportunity for the Independents. Ooh, good tackle that time, and out of play to be a throw-in. Good job by Raphael Cox to break up that passing combination. Ball played back now to Yambi. Over to Robinson. Now to Garaz. Robinson will turn and play it back to Taylor. And now Yambi. There's Mishu. Robinson. Shakiri. Trying to hook up with Callahan, turned it over. There's an opportunity. Ball chipped ahead, and Mishu got it right down to Martinez, and he gets a shot. Loose in the box. Now Herrera. Here's Hairston. And here's Thompson. Back to Hairston.
Nice work from Charlotte here.
Into the box. And Herrera got behind the defense. It's nudged away. What a play that time by William Yambi. After Herrera was in, he got around Taylor, the goalkeeper. That shot blocked. Boy, you could hear that one.
Wow.
Here's Hairston. Pressure still. And Hairston was knocked down by Delhi. And now they got the foul called against Martinez.
Little chaos there in the Richmond 18 the last 3-5 minutes. It was very good stuff from Charlotte. Thought Herrera might have been in on that.
Yep. Yeah, he got behind the defense and also got behind Taylor, but I believe it was Yambi, Mark, right there, cleared off the line. Here's Mishu. And finally the whistle blows, and they're going to get a foul on Elundu. There's Callahan. Yeah, he's going to give way.
Well, Carey's been doing well all night with free kicks, so might as well let him throw this one in there too.
No score from City Stadium here in Richmond, Virginia. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. And Security. Didn't quite get to his intended target. And now Charlotte in possession. Good hustle that time. Played back now to Mishu, and he'll roll it back to Taylor in goal.
That's the 4th or 5th time Moore has been able to come back from behind and win that ball. A lot of sliding going on tonight, Mike. Some players on both sides of it they watered the field about a half hour before the game started.
Here's Mishu. Off to Securi. Quickly, he had a Charlotte player breathing down his neck, but he calmly touched it over to Robinson, and now here's George Davis IV and Sasha Garez. Garez and Harrison was able to tackle him and get the ball back for Charlotte. Here's Thompson looking for Herrera. Back to Thompson. Here's Hairston. And Hairston sending a ball through, and that was headed away by Robinson. And
good play by Robinson there.
And Robinson now plays it off to Garez. There's Ownby.
Another slip from a Richmond player.
Yep, blew a tire. Now possession for Charlotte. Raphael Cox playing it over to Ribeiro. Now to Hairston. Hairston plays it back to Ribeiro. Ribeiro takes a look, gets it over to Hairston. Sends a long ball, and it's going to be run on to that time by Finley. Lays it off to Thompson. Back to Finley.
And he's got an open look there. Free ball.
Finley sends a strong cross.
A little too strong. He had 3 guys crashing.
Boy, he drilled that.
Yeah, he did. He had some room and some space.
Throw in for the Kickers. Probably wish he could have that back, because I don't think he wanted to put that kind of pace on it.
It's much better from Charlotte over the last 10 minutes or so.
It's like we got is that Alex Lee getting ready to come in? He's at the table.
Yeah, it looks like Deli's injured. I think, yeah. Deli's coming out. So that'll move Ownby up top.
Deli very slow, walking to the bench.
He went over to the trainer. He's talking to her right now.
Yeah, there's a good shot of it. And you see he's going to sit down. It's like he's checking out his foot.
Well, you definitely don't want to see that. If
no.
Down to, Yeisley's already out this evening. So those are your 2 big target players. So Richmond's going to play a little bit of small ball, I think, the rest of the game, Mike.
Here's Hairston. Ball played over now to Slogic. And Slogic sends it over and settled down by Thompson. Off to Hairston. Good job by George Davis IV to disrupt that. And back comes Securi. Ball played ahead. And again, the feet slipping that time was Ownby.
And every time he does that, he gives the thumbs up, because he said the player knows what he's trying. It's a good ball, but Ownby just can't get to it because he can't keep his feet.
Ball controlled by Charlotte. Once again, Nike Soccer. You can follow, they're a proud partner of the USL. And of course, you can follow them at Nike Soccer on Twitter. And don't forget, all the USL regular season playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today at uslsoccer.com. Here's an opportunity for Charlotte again.
Bad clearance there is Martinez.
And ball's knocked ahead. And now Slogic will retreat and missed Cox, but it's going to go to Elundo.
This is what they want. Ownby's able to run at somebody again. He's got Davis.
Yep, he's
on
got
his
Davis.
left.
And
Good
he finds
ball.
him. Here's George Davis IV trying to maneuver around Burner. Down he went. And we got a whistle. And they're going to call Burner.
It is a penalty kick, and is there going to be a card on this? Doesn't look like it.
Well, obviously, much to the chagrin of the Charlotte team and their coach. over on the far side.
Little tough one. I thought Davis looked like he was going to try and go around the keeper, and they collided. I think the initial block was okay, but I think when the ball was still loose, I have to look at the replay. Looked like Davis might have tried to go around the keeper, and Berner tripped him up. If that's the case, maybe that was a goal scoring opportunity. I'm not sure, but tough break for Charlotte because they've looked so good the last 10 minutes.
So our center referee, Mark Gorak, getting an earful from Charlotte.
Several Charlotte players.
Yes.
Now, you know how I am about penalty kicks, Mike. I think the guy who gets fouled should never take it.
Right.
And George Davis is the foul, and Davis is going to take it. See if he'll prove me wrong here.
This is the same end that last week Wara made. I'm just saying.
Nobody wants to say that.
There's George Davis, the fourth, looking to put Richmond on top with the penalty kick. Davis approaching, hits it into the goal. So George Davis, the fourth, picks up his first goal of the season. And the Red Army's happy, and the Richmond fans are happy. 1-0 late in the first half.
Shows what I know. Yeah, that's big because, like I said, Charlotte, I think, has really played well the last 10 to 12 minutes. They've kind of carried the ball a little bit, and there's just an unfortunate, there's a turnover there in midfield, and Ownby was able to get the ball, run at him. It was a 3v2. Yeah, more on the right, Davis on the left. They wound up getting the penalty kick out of it. 1-0 Richmond.
Here's again, and Berner guessed wrong. He was lunging to his right, and Davis, the fourth, put it in the left. Here it is again, one more time. And again, you can see all the keeper can do is guess.
And Taylor misses.
And here's a chance for Charlotte, a shot. Oh! And that ball went off of Alex Lee, I believe, and it'll be a corner kick, the first one of the night for Charlotte.
Well, that's a good way to enter the game and get your first touch. Keep it out of the net.
Taylor was
He was in no man's land on that one. He really was.
So here's the corner kick for Herrera. And headed away by Ownby. Here's Imora. And Imora off to Securi. Nice job of getting it back to Imora, and then the ball is played into some open space. And tracking it down is Charlotte. Down 1-0 here late in the first half. Ball controlled at midfield. And there's a turnover. And here's Thompson. And Callahan's going to be whistled for the foul.
Some chaotic moments again.
There's the ball played to Elundu. And Sasha's going to let that go to Taylor. And he'll track it down. Well, two terrific saves earlier in this first half from Ryan Taylor has kept Charlotte off the scoreboard. And then Richmond converts the penalty kick to go ahead 1-0 here late in the first half. Here's Cox. And Mishu.
Good play from Mishu there. Boy, he just seems to get better every week, doesn't he, Mike?
He sure does. Here's Callahan off to Securi. Here's George Davis, the fourth, playing it back now. Robinson will track that down. We have 1 minute of stoppage time. I didn't think there'd be that much. Here's Taylor. Drives that one way past midfield. Here's Securi.
Great first touch from Securi.
Now Callahan plays it off to Alex Lee. Lee trying to hook up with Ownby. Ownby keeps it in play. And now Alex Lee settles. Plays it over to Yambi. And he will retreat and touch it back to his goalkeeper, Ryan Taylor. Back to Yambi. And Cox plays it forward. And Securi off to Yambi. And then Alex Lee just plays it forward. Trying to make one last run here late in the first half. Here's Imora. Good job of coming back that time. I think that was Thompson that came back and disrupted that pass. So 1-0 Richmond. Your thoughts, Mr. Bushman, on the first half?
Well, I think Richmond dominated about the first 15, 20 minutes, had lots of possession. Charlotte had a couple of quick counterattacks, kind of shifted a little bit there, in the last third of the half.
Right.
Charlotte getting a couple more good opportunities. Richmond held strong, and you had the substitute with Delhi going out. And Ownby going up top. About 5 minutes after that, they're able to get the penalty kick from Davis before. So it's a 1-0 lead for Richmond, but very much a 50-50 game, I think.
See the penalty kick conversion that time by George Davis IV. You saw him walking off to the locker room. So 1-0 Richmond on the penalty kick that was awarded late in the first half. George Davis IV converts, and Richmond will carry a 1-0 lead into the break. We'll come back and we'll have more of our coverage of Richmond Kickers soccer from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. You're watching USL Soccer with the Torvor Sports Group.
Welcome to everybody from Synergy Technical, and thanks for coming out.
Hairston as he was able to head it over. And welcome back. Richmond City Stadium. Taking a look at some of the highlights from the first half. A golden opportunity right there for Charlotte. Ryan Taylor with a nice stop. 1-0 as George Davis IV converted a penalty kick opportunity late in the first half to give Richmond this 1-0 advantage. Now we're looking at the live action as we just started the second half, and Charlotte in possession. Again, Richmond had to sub out Matthew Delicott, one of their top goal scorers, because it looked like he was having a foot problem, Mark, and hopefully everything's all right with him, but Alex Lee came in.
Yeah, there's two things I want to look for in this half, Mike. The first of all is with Charlotte and the fact that Jorge Herrera, like I said, is one of the best players in the league. They didn't get him the ball hardly in any dangerous opportunities. Always had his back to goal, and that's a bad foul there.
Yep, and that's going to be whistled against.
So they need to get
him.
They need to get the ball to him in some better spots where he's able to run at defenders and play some balls into the box there. Second thing is with Jason Yeisley out also with an injury and Delicott out with an injury. Hold on and see what they do here.
And Callahan lost it as Ribeiro was able to take it off his foot.
Lee Calishaw does not have that target forward that he likes to play with, so he's had to put Brian Ownby up there. And Ownby's at his most effective when he's turned and running at players. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ownby acts as that striker up top.
So here's Raphael Cox in possession for Charlotte. Down 1-0. There's the ball played to Herrera. Now off to Cox. Over to Martinez. Here's Herrera, and the ball for Elundo. And still battling, but Sakura is able to send it forward to Ownby. And Brian Ownby, he lost possession.
Charlotte's got some maneuvering room out there.
Here's Thompson chipping it into the box. Yambi heads that away. Chested down by Martinez, trying to load up the shot, but couldn't as the ball's turned over. There's George Davis IV, our goal scorer this evening, being harassed by Ribeiro. And the flag is up for the offsides.
Very close.
Yep.
It was an over and back. Look, he was off and he came back on, but when he got the ball, it's always one of those tricky plays, to be honest with you, Mike.
Well, without a doubt, that's the most difficult call in soccer, much like a charge or a block in basketball.
Well, if you're Duke, it's all charges. So
here's Slogic.
Can you tell I'm a Maryland fan?
Playing it ahead, and that ball is going to roll over the end line. They're going to say corner kick, I believe, much to Alex Lee's dismay. Here's Herrera lining up the corner kick. And that ball is headed.
It's a good ball from Herrera there.
Out of danger, tracked down by Hairston. Ball into the box. And Finley couldn't keep it in play. He took a nudge from Alex Lee. Goal kick for Richmond. Just underway with this second half. As Taylor sends it over to Robinson. Robinson tried to hook up with Imora, but he was being shadowed. Here's Herrera.
This is dangerous here.
And Herrera takes a shot, and Taylor able to smother that. Looked like a shortstop picking that one up. Not Ian Desmond, by the way. Here's the punt away. And now the Cox plays it back to Slogic. Now over to Ribeiro. 1-0 Richmond, second half from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Kickers looking for their second straight win after opening the season with 2 draws. Charlotte looking for that elusive first win. They're 0-1-1 coming into tonight's contest, having dropped a 3-2 decision to Charleston and then settling for a 1-1 draw against Wilmington their last time out. By the way, Enzo Martinez, who has not played yet, got that equalizer in the last game for Charlotte. That came in the second half. Overcooked on that pass attempt. And a goal kick for Richmond. And lest I forget, we've got to say a happy birthday to Patrick Wood.
Yes, we do.
Who, of course, is in charge of the media with the Richmond Kickers and always hooks us up well with great notes and
food.
And food. Happy birthday, Patrick. And I believe it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or earlier this week.
Yes, one of those things. Sometime this week.
I like the way you casually just let it go.
Yeah.
All right, here's Cox.
Well, guys like you and I have stopped counting, so.
Well, you're not kidding. Nice job by Mora to knock that ball away, but Cox stays with it. Now, Del Piccolo over to Hairston. Hairston's got some real estate to work with. Slides a little pass ahead to Thompson, puts on the brakes, gets around George Davis IV, chips it into the box, flicked on, and Alex Lee is able to knock it out of harm's way momentarily, but more pressure from Charlotte. Here's Cox to Elundo. He's shouldered down by Mishu. Here's Cox to Slogic. Tapped ahead to Martinez. Finley lays it off to Thompson, now to Hairston. Hairston trying to maneuver around Sasha Garas, did. And then his cross goes out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for
Charlotte doing a good job of moving the ball through the midfield. They're lacking that last killer pass.
Yes, yep.
To find themselves in a good position to put the equalizer in there. But like I said, they've done a lot better in the midfield. Herrera's touching the ball a little bit more.
Mark, you mentioned in the first half, and we're seeing a little bit here in the second half, there's some anxious moments for the Richmond defense. And, of course, like I say, Taylor has not played in the last 2 weeks. How much of that do you think is a communication with Taylor as he comes off his line? Ooh!
Oh, that's a big hit.
He is upended, and he fell on his tailbone as he came together with Elundo.
That is a really bad hit for Taylor. He got his legs taken out from under him.
Elundo is up. Taylor is still down. But anyways, as I was saying, with him not having worked with that defense for a couple of weeks, here it is again. Watch this. This is scary. Ooh. Well, I don't even. Actually, might have hit his back, huh?
I think so. At the very least, he's got the wind knocked out of him.
One more time. Oh, boy. That's actually more towards the neck, the shoulder and neck area. When
honestly, I'm surprised the foul wasn't called on that.
I am too.
A lot of times when you bump into the keeper, it's a foul, and it wasn't a dirty play or anything, but he did go into his legs. He ducked his head. That's. I don't know if the ref called a foul or.
I don't believe
so. I think that's what Matt Callahan's talking to him about.
See the trainer talking to Taylor and Herrera, sportsmanship helping him up.
Yeah, that's one of those. It's always a little sketchy. Yeah, it looks like he did call the foul. Okay.
Well, that's also one that he might feel the pain tomorrow on that one.
Oh, I can tell you he will. Keepers are just real vulnerable in those types of areas.
Ryan smiling, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Boy, that was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime in any sport, anytime you get your legs taken out from under and you land on your back of your head. Fortunately, it wasn't the ice or the hardwood.
Right.
It's some fairly soft grass out there, but that's good. Guys going up for a 50-50 ball, so nothing bad about it.
He didn't show any ill effects on that kick.
Oh, nice play from
Ownby. Here's Ownby trying to slide a pass through. Here's Security. Oh, my goodness, what a goal! Oh, my!
That came
George Davis IV with his second goal of the night.
Again, all started from Ownby, looking like he was going to play the ball back or laterally, and he turns and is able to get between the two defenders. Great touch with a great first touch to beat the defender and just a rocket of a shot. Fantastic goal, 2-0 Richmond.
Well, last week it was Jason Yeisley with his first 2 goals of 2015. Tonight it's George Davis IV with his first 2 goals of 2015.
Wow, look at that.
Oh,
that's a great two-man game right there. Fantastic.
Here it is again. No chance for the goalkeeper Burner, I can guarantee you that. That's a huge goal to give Richmond a 2-0 advantage here in the second half. Throw in for Richmond. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Well, you've got to, because that's where you'll get the latest news and you'll also get live stats. You can also check out the new social media hub. That's uslsoccer.com. That's where you want to be a league insider and know everything about USL Soccer. And right now we know Richmond's on top 2-0.
That's a real killer goal for Charlotte there. You've been playing really well, kind of owned the first part of this half, and to give up something on Richmond's first real foray.
Right. And again, Mark, like you said, Brian Ownby running at the defender and then sliding a beautiful pass through to George Davis IV, who finished eloquently. There's a little drop pass, but there is Mishu. Boy, Mishu is, you mentioned in the first half, Mark, I like his game. He's really playing well as this season progresses. And a loose ball just outside the box. Yambi tracks it down, plays it back to Taylor. Ooh, didn't hit that one well. Ball settled down. And here's Sakuri. Off to Imura. Imura being tangled up with Martinez. And now we've got a whistle and a foul against Imura, much to the dismay of the home crowd.
And Imura.
Yeah. Here's Slogic. And Slogic. He's played well tonight for Charlotte. Here's Martinez rolling it over to Hairston. Hairston gets a return pass from Thompson, looking for the cross. Now he goes back. Oh, beautiful ball to Herrera. Shot blocked by Taylor. Boy, he's been sharp tonight.
Really has been. And here comes Ownby again.
And Ownby gets around.
Again.
Trying to, and a good job that time coming over to snuff that out was Ribeiro.
Yeah, Ribeiro did a really good job there.
Here's Martinez for Charlotte. I thought Ownby was in.
Yep.
That ball eludes Thompson. It'll be a throw-in for Richmond. Looks like we're going to get our first substitution of the night for Charlotte. Looks like Cox is going to come off, number 14. So here's Enzo Martinez. He is the one that got the equalizer last time out in that 1-1 draw with Wilmington for Charlotte. So number 19, Enzo Martinez, entering for Rafael Cox.
And Richmond's getting ready to make another sub as well. Looks like, I think it's Braden Schroyer.
He played well last week.
Yep.
And here's pass back. And Elundo. And we've got a whistle and a foul against Elundo. 2-0 Richmond. George Davis IV scoring once in the first half and again adding his second goal moments ago. Mike Neville, Mark Bushman along with you. USL Soccer from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. The Kickers are back home on Saturday, May the 2nd after hitting the road later on this week on, the upcoming week, I should say. Wednesday, they'll travel to New York. And then a week from tonight, they'll be in Montreal. Here's Mishu.
Nice play from Mishu there.
Looking for some help, and he finds it with Alex Lee. Oh, Lee, a good ball, but better defense that time by Charlotte. Ball played over to Lee. He settles and nudges it over to Callahan. And Callahan now hooks a pass over to Sasha Gares. Here's Robinson. Good composure by Richmond. Good hustle that time from Piccolo. Here's Callahan off to Securi. Piccolo blocked that pass attempt.
How did Securi win that?
I was thinking the same thing. Ball played back now to Ribeiro. Here's Martinez being harassed by Imura. Here's Slogic. Chested down nicely that time by Elundo. Here's Hairston. DePiccolo. He's able to find Martinez and Enzo Martinez. But then Yambi stepped in front of his pass. Boy, Securi's got a really good first touch.
Yeah, he really does. They're through again.
Ball played wide. George Davis IV, can he keep it? He will keep it in play, I believe. Yes, he will.
He's got no support down there. Here comes Yambi. He's looking at Alex Lee on the far pole, who's wide open.
And the shot goes over the goal.
Boy, Alex Lee made a run from deep.
Thought that might have been a handball, too. That ball came up, and it looked like it might have clipped Davis IV in the hand, but no call. And we got a goal kick. And I think we got a substitution.
And that's going to be Troyer. He's coming in for Sasha Gares.
So Braden Troyer.
60th minute. Richmond's second substitution. Troyer, another young player.
Yep. Hey, folks, don't forget, become a fan of the USL on Facebook. That's where you can get exclusive league news and interactive content. Social media, again, that's USL on Facebook. Become a fan, and you'll get tied into all the latest exclusive league news and, again, interactive content. So the goal kick. And the ball sails over the sideline. Throw in for Hairston for Charlotte. They're down 2-0. Here's Ribeiro. Slides the pass to Enzo Martinez, but Imora broke that up. And now Callahan on the run. Looking for some support, finds it with Alex Lee. And Lee, good job of bluffing to going back, but his touch eluded him and the turnover. Back comes Herrera. Herrera's got some room now.
It's a good ball out there.
Beautiful ball off to Thompson. Jack Thompson takes a look with a cross. Taylor off his line to snare that one. Nice to see him rebound after that scary incident a moment ago.
Yeah.
And Taylor kicks it away. Ball headed forward. Thompson. That ball skimmed off of Alex Lee. Should be a throw in for Charlotte. It will be. Enzo Martinez throwing it into Thompson. Back to Martinez. Another good strong cross.
Look at it.
And Elundo.
Lundo probably should have done a little bit better than that. He had the inside position on Troyer and had a good look, but it just went about 15 yards too high.
Well, you saw his reaction. It was like, he knew he should have done better on that one. Mike Neville, Mark Bushman, and the Torvor Sports Group bringing USL Soccer from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. 2-0 Kickers. Finley plays it back, looking for a return pass, and that ball is going to scoot over the end line for a goal kick. Looking at the USL standings, Mark, real quick, the Charleston Battery leading the Eastern Conference with 9 points. They're 3-0-0. That's 1 point better than the Rochester Rhinos, sitting there with 8 points. Louisville and Richmond are sitting there, as well as Wilmington, all have 5 points in the Eastern Conference. Western Conference, Arizona United SC, we got a 3-way tie for first. Arizona United SC, the Seattle Sounders FC 2, and Sacramento Republic FC, all with 9 points. Looks like we're going to have some tight races this season in USL Soccer.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah. Here's Mishu, and he's got a whole bunch of white jerseys around him. Plays it ahead. And that ball's headed out of play.
I'm sorry, Mike. I thought Arizona might be the most improved team going into this season. They spent a little bit of money and brought in some quality players that they haven't had the last few years. So that's going to be a very good team to watch. And then obviously you got Sacramento, the defending champions.
Yeah. A corner kick as Ownby was able to work that ball off the Charlotte defender. And Sakiri, who was very good on the corner kicks in the first half. He'll tee it up. And Sakiri, another good
ball.
Corner. Oh, that ball's headed up by Jalen Robinson, but over the goal. So a goal kick for Charlotte. Burner will take the goal kick for the Charlotte Independents. Again, they're looking for their first win. They're 0-1-1 on the season. And ball is controlled by Richmond. Here's Troyer playing it off for George Davis IV. You know, I wonder, Mark, if George Davis IV, knowing that Yeisley was out and then, of course, Deli leaves in the first half, I wonder if he thought, you know what, I have to pick up the scoring opportunities, because he certainly has done that tonight with 2 goals.
Absolutely. And remember, he didn't start last week.
Right. Again, you talk about the way Lee's has depth and is able to interchange players.
Yeah, when you look at the guys who are out tonight, Yaisley and Asante and Wara, and you replace them with Taylor, George Davis the fourth, and Yamura, it's not really replacing them.
Right.
It's not so much substitutions. You're just
right.
You're kind of reloading.
There's Troyer hustling to play it back to Taylor. And Taylor hits it. And Martinez was able to win that ball. Here's a ball that is going to stay in play thanks to the hustle of Jack Thompson. Here's Thompson working against Alex Lee just outside the box. Lays it off. They tried to slide a pass through to Piccolo. Here's Thompson. I think they are trying to find Herrera more this half, Mark.
Yeah, they are.
Here's Slolick off to Martinez. Martinez with a shot. That skips over the bar.
Yeah, you knock it around a little too much in there, and all of a sudden you've got 20 pairs of legs trying to get that ball through.
That was Alex Martinez with the shot. Of course, Enzo Martinez has come on as a substitute for Charlotte. So here's the goal kick for Ryan Taylor, who has come up with 3 tremendous reaction saves tonight to keep this a shutout going. Throw in for Hairston. Off to Rivero. Here's Martinez. Good ball to Hairston. Hairston looking for the cross, gets it in, and Taylor is able to beat Herrera to that ball. I like his decisiveness tonight.
Yeah, his confidence has grown. I think that early kick save he had in the game really kind of set the tone. He had 1 or 2 little chaotic players, but most keepers have those at least once a game. But other than that, he's really been on. Oh, a great play by Robinson there because he was in.
Here's Lee. Alex Lee will pound that ball forward. Nice job of knocking it down by Thompson. Charlotte's come up with some pressure here in the last 4 minutes or so. Here's Jambi. And Security gave it away.
A couple unforced errors here for Richmond.
Here's a return pass to Marlon Hairston, trying to get around Troyer, and
Troyer there, really nice.
Beautiful play. He's been a pleasant surprise the last couple of weeks.
Yep. Young player, not a whole lot of experience, but he looks like he fits right in. Again, another one of those diamonds in the rough that Lee Kalischall finds every year.
Yep. Hairston to throw it in. And here's Ownby.
Nice.
Flicks it ahead and goes out of play. Throw in for Charlotte. Trailing 2-0 here. So we approach the 70th minute unofficially in this second half. You should look at the Red Army. Good support over there on that Red Army side.
Yep, the ranks are growing.
Yep. Pretty good looking crowd on hand once again tonight here at Richmond.
It was great weather. I mean, unbelievable weather that we've got tonight.
Here's Securi. Off to George Davis the fourth. Back to Securi.
Great ball there.
They maneuver their way past midfield.
Alex Lee again at the far post. They've got to find him.
Here's Ownby. Cross attempt blocked away that time by Ribeiro.
Boy, there were 2 of them out there. Moore and Lee were both out there. It's a good thing they blocked that cross.
It's like Moore is stealing a drink of the goalie's water.
That is not cool.
Hey, he's thirsty. There's a throw in, and it will remain a throw in for Richmond. No subs at the table, so.
No, looks like he called a foul on
he did,
Mike.
didn't he? Yeah.
Set piece for Richmond.
Didn't see that one. So here's Securi. Into the box, headed away that time by Piccolo. Out of play to be a throw in. Now to be a throw in for Richmond. And a Richmond throw in, and Alex Martinez can't believe that.
You play it out wide to Lee there.
Yep.
Kind of stretch him out a little bit.
Lee with some real estate to work with.
Lee's got a great cross on him as well.
And he just
Not that time, but
no, just pumped that into Burner. And now here's Slogic. Off to Thompson. Oh, nice job of stealing the ball there by Callahan. And Mike rolls the pass over to Ownby.
Oh, great ball, and he's in too.
Here's a shot. Oh! Ryan Ownby just knocked it wide.
Again, just great ability to pass in tight, small spaces from Richmond. Callahan anticipating and winning that ball in midfield, kind of knocking it around with him more and Ownby. Could have almost been 3-0 there.
Yep.
Ownby's just been lethal tonight almost.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a goal, but boy, he's been as active, maybe the best player on the field tonight, outside of George Davis, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think Davis really happy
Here it is
about
again.
That.
Look at that's a beautiful touch by Amora. Amora's played well tonight too.
And here's Charlotte the other way.
See Ownby just. Here it is again, one more time. Watch just a deft little touch pass ahead to Ownby, and didn't miss by much,
No,
did
he
he?
did not.
So Taylor will.
A couple substitutions coming in for Charlotte.
Looks like the Piccolo's coming off, number 36.
I believe nope, I can't see from here, Mike. I'm going to let you use your binoculars and tell me.
That ball is flicked ahead. Slogic was able to knock it away momentarily. Here's Hairston. Here's Herrera off now. I believe that's number 7 that has come in. That is Metcalf. So he's one of the substitutions. There's the ball played forward.
Just missed that.
Still some anxious moments. Yeah, Jack Metcalf, number 7, is one of the subs, Mark. I didn't get the number of the other one. They haven't made an announcement yet. Good hustle by Jack Thompson. Here's Thompson. Leaves it off now to Enzo Martinez. Back to Thompson.
Free ball there.
And Thompson rolls it. And Yambi screaming for a handball. Still trying to get the number of the other substitution. And there's Robinson. I believe it's going to be number 28. That would be Francisco Cordoba, if I am correct.
Charlotte made a couple of substitutions. Number 7, Jack Metcalf came on for the Independents, and number 28,
Yep.
Francisco Cordoba.
Good eyes, Michael.
For the Independents.
So Cordoba and Metcalf in for Charlotte.
Just great touch from Richmond all around. Keep that in tight spaces and knocking around.
There's Lee. Off to Securi. Wiggles away from number 8.
Oh, beautiful ball. Here comes Davis again.
George Davis, the 4th, looking for the hat trick.
And another penalty.
Yep. They're going to get Cordoba, I believe.
You know, and last week with that 3rd goal, they had 32 passes. I'm going to say when we go back and look at that, I bet that was at least 12.
Yep.
That was absolutely fantastic stuff from Richmond once again. And is he going to go for the hat trick? I believe he is.
I think so. So George Davis, the 4th, looking to convert his 2nd penalty kick of the evening.
I know Charlotte's unhappy with that call, but honestly, I think that was a little bit more of a penalty than the one in the first half. I think that was a little more obvious.
I agree.
I mean, Davis was off to the races once again. I mean, just great stuff from Richmond. I can't wait to see that replay in its entirety.
So here's Davis lining up the PK, trying to push the lead to 3-0 and get the hat trick. He approaches, and he does. George Davis, the 4th, with a 3-goal night. And the Richmond Kickers have themselves a 3-0 advantage.
Well, if Yeisley was your player of the week last week with 2 goals, I'm guessing that Davis is going to probably be in the mix for Player of the Week this week with the hat trick.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. So here's Charlotte down 3-0 now. 74th minute. Here's Herrera. Here's Martinez. Here's Herrera now.
It's a good ball out there.
Yes, it is.
Got to clear up some space.
And the cross. And Lee and Thompson battling. And they're going to get a corner kick out of it. That cross was from number 7, Metcalf. Here's a look at the PK. Boy, he drilled that one. Burner guessed right, but there's a lot of pace on that shot. So here's the corner kick opportunity.
And here comes Amore on the counter again for Richmond. Oh, and there goes that hamstring.
So Imora is hurt. Here comes Martinez, bumped down, and
oh, boy, that's 2 weeks in a row.
And now Alex Martinez and Mike Callahan are discussing where to go to dinner. And might be a cramp, though. He's kind of reaching back.
We hope that's actually what it is, to be honest with you.
Because he's kind of reaching, pushing, pulling his toes.
Yeah, really hoping that's what it is. Because otherwise, if that's a hamstring, like we saw with Asante last week, Lee Calisaw's going to run out of players at this rate.
We still have a discussion between Martinez and the kickers. He wasn't happy about. He was knocked down by Mishu. The foul was called, and then he was pushed down trying to get up by Callahan, and now George Davis IV playing peacemaker. George goes, look, I've got 3 goals. I played. We don't. Boy, Morris played well, and
yeah, he really has. Again, he was off to the races, and I looked away. I looked up to see who was going to be running with him.
Right.
I looked down, the ball's running away, and he's pulled up. So, like I said, my first instinct was a hamstring, but hopefully it's just a cramp.
When he hit that, I'm going, what is he doing? But then, like you say, I saw him ease up, and
the trainer's saying he's got to come out. So we're hoping it's nothing too serious, but. And he's pulling he's holding the back of his hamstring. So we'll find out more. But
I think Hugh Roberts is going to be the substitution. Yeah, he is holding that back.
You want to talk about a guy who's instantly won over the fan base. I mean, the first 10 minutes of the first game, first home game against Louisville. And Red Army's already got a sign made up for the guy.
Hey, fans, don't forget you can follow at USL on Twitter. That's where you can become a league insider. You can join club conversations and also have your chance at exclusive giveaways. That's USL on Twitter. So here's the free kick opportunity. And that ball is knocked down by William Yambi.
Well, that thing was humming from Herrera as well.
Was. And then Sekera plays it forward for George Davis IV. Here comes the counterattack. Herrera. Good ball as he gets really Enzo Martinez in his shot. And Taylor smothers that. Didn't have a lot of pace on it. Beautiful ball by Herrera to Enzo Martinez, though. So Taylor will kick it away. Yep, he decides to throw it over to Troyer.
And Yambi's looking like he's stretching something.
And Hugh Roberts mishit that.
That's not a good first touch from Hugh.
No. And we're going to get a substitution.
Looks like Yambi might have a cramp as well.
Slogic is going to come out. So Slogic is being substituted for. I believe they said number 15, Duckett, is coming in. Belial Duckett.
And with Richmond's trainer busy, the Charlotte trainer is having to come out and take a look at Yambi.
Nike, a proud partner of the USL, and you can follow all season long at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Again, that's Nike.com/soccer for all your Nike information and Nike soccer information.
And if you're Lee Calishaw, you got to be a little worried with the injuries here. Hopefully they're not serious, but you've got 2 road games coming up in the next week, so you want to have a full squad. And as of right now, he's down at least a couple of starters going into next week.
So the good news is Richmond's on top 3-0. The bad news is you have some players that are maybe pulling some hamstrings or getting cramps. And Ownby's upset he didn't pick the pocket of that Charlotte player. Here's Thompson. And that's headed away by Troyer. Ball played back over to Metcalf. His cross attempt blocked away that time nicely by Sakira. Unofficially, a little over 10 minutes left in this one. Ball into the box. And Mishu will sweep it out towards midfield, and it's controlled there by Duckett, who just entered for Charlotte. Here's Metcalf taking a look into the box. It floated over Herrera, and Alex Lee will knock it ahead, and Hairston now will play it back.
It's a good thought from Lee, but good positioning from Hairston to get that.
Duckett off to Ribeiro. Here's Metcalf and Thompson.
Thompson's been busy tonight on
yes,
that flank.
Yes, he has. Thompson trying to maneuver around Lee, and Lee's able to muscle him off the ball. And again, just pounding it forward.
And here comes Ownby. He's
Look
going to
at
win that foot
Ownby.
race.
Ownby still going. Oh, look out. He was able to. And some frustration building on Charlotte's side as Alex Martinez is not happy about being.
Ownby is so fast when he gets going. I mean, it sounds simple to say, but he doesn't look like he'd be a speed burner. But, man, he turns and gets going, and there's hardly anybody that's going to catch up to him.
And, Mark, this is with playing over 80 minutes. That's what is impressive to me. And now the ball is played back to Burner in goal. So Charlotte in possession, down 3-0. Unofficially under 10 minutes to go in this one. Of course, we don't know how much stoppage time is going to be added. There's the ball played off to Metcalf. Good ball to Martinez, but his first touch eluded him, and Callahan is able to come up with the.
He's got Sakiri wide open there.
Quick pass ahead for Sakiri. He puts on the brakes, then gets steamrolled. No call. As he was Cordova steamrolled him.
No, he was wide open. Charlotte did a really good job to close in on him real quick with 4 defenders.
Here's Charlotte in possession. Good ball there to Herrera. And the cross headed away. Here's Thompson cracking one just over the bar. Jack Thompson cracking one.
Just about a yard too high.
Here's a look at Jack. So Taylor will take the goal kick for Richmond. Taylor hits it. Roberts battling for that 50-50 ball with Ribeiro. And the turnover. Here's Thompson. Boy, Thompson has covered a lot of real estate tonight. Possession now for Charlotte. Enzo Martinez trying to hook up with Herrera. Troyer tracking with Herrera. Ball played back. Alex Martinez wide open. There's a shot. And Taylor with another spectacular save on the shot from Metcalf.
Woo! You know, as well as Travis Ward played last week, Ryan Taylor's. Right now the Richmond goalkeepers are playing a game of can you top this?
Right, exactly.
Really and truly.
Boy, Metcalf was unmarked, and he had all kinds of opportunity or time. There's the corner kick, Herrera. And that's headed out of danger. And Cordova will push it all the way back to Burner, who's well out of his goal. Now off to Alex Martinez. And Martinez. Lots of room. And here's a shot. Ooh, that one was just wide from Enzo Martinez. Whoa.
A little bit of room to maneuver there. It's Taylor's telling him he's got to get up on him. Don't give him open looks like that.
Hey, fans, don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games. They are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today, soccer.com. Catch all the USL soccer action on the YouTube channel. Here's a pass quickly ahead. Enzo Martinez. Martinez just outside the box now. Off to Alex Martinez. Here's Herrera. And trying to get free. Pass attempt blocked away, and George Davis the fourth now. Cleared it ahead. Ball rolled for Hairston. Good tackle that time.
Good tackle.
By Callahan. Yeah, we're going to get a Richmond sub. I believe it's going to be number 15.
Eli Garner.
Oh, it's Garner. Okay.
Who
Yep.
got that goal last week, I believe.
Yep. Late in the game to seal it.
After 32 passes.
Right.
I really do want to see the thing that led up to the penalty kick for the third goal. That was just, again, great stuff from Richmond. Probably 12 to 14 passes.
So Ownby's going to take a break. And Eli Garner.
Fantastic performance by Ownby.
Yep.
Probably his best game of the year.
Ball cleared over the sideline. Throw in for Charlotte. Cordoba throwing it in. Cordoba again. Charlotte throwing it in again. Here's Metcalf. Troyer is able to block that cross attempt. George Davis the fourth playing it forward. And now Ribeiro will settle near midfield for Charlotte. Winding this one down from City Stadium as the kicker is on the verge of winning their second straight.
Well, it's a really good three-game homestand for Richmond, getting 7 out of a possible 9 points.
There's a pass off to Cordova. And Calvert and Taylor punches it away. And then Sakiri is able to clear it out near midfield. Here's Ribeiro. Off to Alex Martinez. Trying to hook up with Enzo Martinez. That ball is taken away by the kickers. And a turnover.
A couple of unforced errors there from Richmond.
Here's Sakura. And Hairston loses possession to Mishu. Mishu weaves his way and feeds Troyer. And Troyer sends it down the sideline and out of play. It'll be a throw in for Charlotte. Now here's Metcalf, or excuse me, Thompson. Off to Enzo Martinez, takes a look. Troyer looking for the offsides, but that ball is going to scoot over the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, and again, another really good performance from Richmond.
Yep.
You know, 3-0 win last week. They're up 3-0 right now late in the game. So, you know, not to say that the other teams haven't had chances. Wilmington had some chances. Charlotte had several chances tonight to put the ball in net, and Ryan Taylor's come up big. So George Davis, who didn't start last week but has 3 goals tonight. He had 10 or 11 goals last year, I believe.
Yep.
So, you know, there's some injuries, and that's going to be a concern. Hopefully they aren't too bad for the kickers going into these next 2 games on the road. But, you know, historically, Mike, you know, we've been doing these games for a few years. Richmond doesn't always start out really strong. They draw a lot of games that maybe they should win. These last 2 games, it's 3-0 performances, just really, really good. Lee Calshaw's got to be really happy with that.
Once again, don't forget, all USL regular season and playoff games available this season live, free and HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. USLsoccer.com is where you want to go.
Oh, that was almost an own goal.
And we're going to get a corner kick. Ricky Burke coming in for Mike Callahan. And once again, fans, don't forget, Nike, proud partner of the USL. And you can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. So Ricky Burke coming in for Mike Callahan. Callahan, he's
tired.
Yep, trying to muster up enough energy to get off the sideline. So the corner kick. Ball played, huh? And a handball whistled against Cordova. As the ball jumped up in the air and caught him.
6 minutes of stoppage time. Wow. Well, you did have a couple of injuries and a bunch of subs, but usually in a lot of times in a 3-0 game, a game that's not going to be decided. This is the type of game where tempers start to flare.
Right.
So if something comes up, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get the full 6 minutes.
There's the ball played by Taylor, and here comes Metcalf as he finds Calvert. Good overlap this time. Cordova, and his crossing attempt was blocked away by Robinson. So Herrera will take the corner kick. I'm shocked that it's that much stoppage time. I really am. And Herrera, the ball's knocked away, and Sakira will just clear it out near midfield. Throw in. Ball played over now to Ribeiro. And Troyer was able to knock Alex Martinez's pass away. And Martinez will backtrack and nudge it over to Duckett. And Mishu almost came up with the turnover for Richmond. Here's Duckett now playing it off to Enzo Martinez. Ball controlled by Charlotte. And Richmond clears it. Here's Ribeiro. And now Sakira and Ribeiro to Hairston.
Losing the ball a little too easily right now for Richmond.
Here's Metcalf playing it wide. Cordova into the box, and Taylor. And that ball went right to.
And another save from Taylor to keep the shutout alive.
As he was able to stuff Jack Thompson.
And he misread the initial ball.
Thompson, I think, thought he had a clear path to the goal, but Taylor said, not so fast. Oh, good job by Mishu to step in that passing lane. And he'll play it all the way back to Taylor. Good pressure, but Taylor knocks it out. But it goes right to Enzo Martinez. Good play that time by.
Here comes Davis again.
Garner, I believe it was. And Davis lost possession. Throw in for Charlotte. Ball played ahead. Here's Enzo Martinez now. Off to Herrera. And Cordova is able to push the ball wide, and here is Ribeiro at midfield for Charlotte. Down 3-0, winding this one down here at City Stadium. Here's Metcalf. Oh, good ball. Here's Herrera. Shot attempt blocked. And Sakira. Herrera went down. And they got a foul on Sakira.
Yeah, he did. Actually, that could have gone either way. I think Sakira felt that he was fouled at first, and he swung. Oh, good play here. And another save.
Ryan Taylor snuffed out the quick restart.
Nobody on Richmond was even paying attention.
There's a pass. And that crossing or shot attempt knocked away by Troyer.
You know, Davis is going to be your player of the week more than likely, but you got to put Taylor in the discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to at least be on the team.
Here's Enzo Martinez to handle the corner kick. And headed just wide that time from number 8, Calvert. Caleb Calvert nudging that header just wide.
I mean, Charlotte took that free kick so fast that Richmond was literally standing around. I thought that was the end of the shutout.
Right.
And Taylor comes up big again.
And that ball is Thompson flicked it back to Duckett. I'm not sure if he did that intentionally, though. Here's Thompson. Into the middle of the field. Giving chase was Eli Garner for Richmond. Here's Cordova. Here's Thompson. Thompson slides the pass through. Oh, Hairston.
Nice move.
Hairston shot. Oh, that ball deflected off Yambi and Taylor. Well, I'll tell you, Charlotte's got to be saying there's no way we're going to get one past him tonight because he's seeing everything. And like I said, that ball went off the hip of Yambi, and he just reaches behind him and makes a tremendous stop.
If there was a golden glove for goalkeeping tonight. And the referee is going to call this, I believe.
Yep. Good call, Mr. Bushman. So it's the George Davis, the 4th show, and the Ryan Taylor show. There's a look at Ryan. 3-0 your final. The kicker's got a late first half penalty kick from George Davis, the 4th, to go up 1-0. Davis adds 2 more goals in the second half, one of them on a penalty kick. But Ryan Taylor also deserves a lot of kudos tonight because he was outstanding in goal.
Yeah, I tell you, you could see as you were watching there, as he was walking up, he just kind of pumped his fists a little bit. You know, when you're a goalkeeper, you know, there's 2 of you. You got Travis War, he's on loan from D.C., so you know he's going to play. So Ryan has to work hard every day in practice. I've known Ryan for several years. He played for me, in my PDL team a few years back, so I know how hard the guy works. And you know, when you have a performance like this, he's saying every week that you've got to, you know, Travis War, you've got to come to play. Travis is saying, that's right, I do, because Ryan's doing that. So it's great back and forth there. And you know, you get a keeper that gets 2 consecutive shutouts, you're doing something right.
And it's great for Coach Lee Collishaw because it's a nice, that's the number one area you're concerned about is defense. Here's a look at the first penalty kick from George Davis, the 4th, that gave them a 1-0 lead. That came late in the first half, and to be quite honest, the penalty was a little sketchy as far as the call, but it was called nonetheless, and it was 1-0. And then there's that first save in the initial portion of the game that Taylor made with that right foot kicking out the ball. And like you said, Mark, I think that gave him a lot of confidence as this game wore on. And there he is punching one away.
He kind of made a mess of that, but then he comes up big with this one.
Wow. And that's the one I'm sure Charlotte's sitting there going, you can see the reaction of, I think it's Hairston. He's going, it's not happening tonight. We're not going to get a goal past Mr. Taylor tonight.
But it was just a complete performance from Richmond. I mean, you had Taylor in goal. You know, they gave up some opportunities, but overall the defense was pretty solid. Brian Ownby was good as anybody else on the field. I think this was his best game tonight. And then, you know, George Davis, the 4th, getting a hat trick. So, you know, no big deal.
Right, exactly. 3-0 the final. Let's take a real quick break. We'll come back and wrap things up from City Stadium here in Richmond. Once again, the Kickers winning their 2nd straight, as Charlotte still without that elusive first win, as Charlotte is now 0-1-2 on the season, and the Kickers improved to 2-0-2. So we'll come back, wrap things up from City Stadium. Stay with us.
Wish we could get a player up here after the game.
Here's Ownby trying to slide. All right, welcome back. You look at the second goal scored by George Davis IV in a 3-0 Richmond Kickers victory tonight here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman wrapping things up. And Mark, 2 straight weeks now of really good performance. And again, the impressive thing tonight for the Kickers, playing without Jason Yeisley, who had 2 goals last week in their 3-0 victory. Playing without Asante, who's out with a hamstring injury. Midfield played well tonight. And again, George Davis IV coming through with the 3-goal hat trick. Taylor Strong in goal. A couple of pretty good weeks for the Richmond Kickers in front of the home folks.
Well, like I said, it's a three-game homestand here, and they got 7 out of a possible 9 points. They seem to get a little bit better every week, and I think that's what you want. Like we said earlier, Richmond historically early on they tend to get draws and maybe games that should win. They've looked really good the last 2 weeks, and they're still undefeated after 4 games. So, even with the injuries, even with some of the substitutions and things. They've got 2 big road games coming up against New York and Montreal. It's going to be a real test, but you got to think they're going into these games with a lot of confidence based on the last 2 weeks.
Yep, without a doubt. So, on behalf, here's a look at Taylor again. There's that shot that I said was off the hip, and he kind of reached behind him, and then look what I found.
Look what I found.
But a terrific save by Taylor, and he played outstanding tonight. He had a couple of big saves in the first half that kept this thing close. George Davis IV getting that penalty kick. Here's a look at Davis IV converting the penalty kick late in the first half to make it 1-0, and Richmond wins. So, on behalf of our production team, Torbor Sports Group, and all of those at the Richmond Kickers, I'm Mike Neville. Once again, the final score from City Stadium here in Richmond, 3-0. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching USL Soccer. Have a great night.
Style food, featuring the visiting Charlotte Independence and your Richmond Kickers.